Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to whoever you may be, wherever you are. My name's AJ. I woke up, and I wanted to do something a little bit silly. I decided that it would be a good idea to challenge myself, and that said challenge is, can I draw a portrait without using undo? So the victim of today's challenge is going to be an original character of mine, one of my favorites, named Azamat. Now, she is this fun, demon lady-looking person. She's not actually a demon. However, I'm not going to get into all the semantics now because she's part of a much wider, broader, expanded universe that I'm sure every artist that has an original character does. And it's also going to be kind of a form of promotion because I'm actually making a comic involving this character. She's going to be in a lot of cool adventures. Check it out on Global Comics. It's called Bloodline. I'm just going to get straight into it. Obviously, we got to start with a sketch, right? I already underestimated how difficult this is going to be because now I have to come up with a sketch without undoing. So I think I might as well take my hand off of my little key dial thing I have right here, and I'm just going to go at it. All right, let's start here. Let me think of a general pose, maybe looking off to the left that way, if that makes sense. All right, let's start. I feel like I already messed up. I think I'm going to make another stipulation for this challenge as well, and that's going to be no liquefy. Because I feel like liquefy saves you a lot. I'm going to switch out my eraser to something a bit softer, just so it's a bit more forgiving. You know what I'm saying? Resizing is allowed. I'm not undoing, I'm not liquefying, I'm just resizing. Bang. That's it. Maybe. Who's to say I won't do it again? Yeah, I think right now I'm just going to have her looking vaguely into the distance at some unforeseen object that is apparently very attractive and has all of her attention. Alright, I'm starting to feel like her neck is way too thick, so I'm going to try and fix that. Try and resize it. Necks are probably honestly probably my weakest element of a portrait. Okay, so far, not hating the sketch. Let's do a little mirror. Oh, that looks fine. That looks fine. Oh, she's upside down. All right, that looks pretty good, actually. Now, for the actual expression, I'm not exactly set on it yet. I gotta figure that out. Stat. Now, something that would help with that is knowing the actual, character of the character. And, she tends to be a more serious, grounded, kind of, quiet character. She's not so into all the fun and games. So I think I'm gonna try and reflect that a little bit in her expression here. Dude, this is requiring so much more brain power than I thought. And I'm low-key scared. My butthole is tingling. Oh, I feel like her lips are too high. I feel like her lips are too high. Okay, I said no liquefy. I didn't say no lasso. That is looking okay at best. I'm pretty happy with how that's turning out. Let's mirror here, make sure I'm not being crazy. It's looking a little hunchbacky there. You know, I feel so cringe every time I talk about my original characters. Even worse when I abbreviate it to OC. Because I just feel like every single cringe artist that was on DeviantArt or Tumblr. I hate to dog on any kind of artist, but I feel like MLP artists or Sonic artists, stuff like that. I don't know, it just gives me the same vibe whenever I talk about it. And I get transported back to high school because I'm like, nobody cares. Nobody cares about my amazing art. Now I'm a bit kinder to myself and I don't really care as much because I'm an adult. I think now we got to decide where the lighting is going to come from. I don't think it's going to matter as much as I just do flat colors and just some basic shadows. I think I might. Yeah, alright, let's do that. Let's line it, let's color it, let's get this stuff on the road, dude. My favorite go-to inking brush, either the standard default, I think India ink, the brush pen. That's one of my favorite go-tos. The other one would be whatever that says. Pretty cool, yeah, bang. I don't know which one I'm gonna use though. I think I might use this actually. Let's get to lining, I guess. Dude, I'm literally sitting on my hand so I don't accidentally slip and hit the undo button. It's that bad. I'm honestly kind of shocked. Alright, neck time. I'm trying to avoid doing the eyes as much as I can right now. Because eyes, they scare me. You know, if it's done intentionally, this little, like, doubling on the lines, sometimes it can work for you. It gives you a little, like I was saying earlier, it gives you just a little bit more visual information to make some of the more boring parts of the piece a little bit more interesting. I think it's eye time. I think I need to get these things out of the way, lest I keep fearing them. Liking this so far, actually. It's not so bad, and still haven't slipped up on the undo, you know. I think I'm liking this. I'm liking it a good amount. If you're curious on where I'm putting these little bumps of like just extra line weight, I know you're technical. I just hit undo. All right, hand back on my crotch. No more undo. What I was going to say was, if you're curious as to where I'm putting them, I know you're technically, when it comes to line weight, traditionally, you're supposed to use it to convey, like, the width and, like, the mass of something. So you would use it and you would emphasize curves, like right here. You would just be like, bam, 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 like that. It's a cool look, but it's not what I'm going for. Honestly, I don't think there's really a whole lot that I wanted to add to it. Depth-wise. Now the next step is going to be coloring. Set this as the reference layer, get the fill bucket going, and let's start throwing some color down and see. I don't typically finish everything I do in color, so I'm not good at it. I just had a realization that I need to be extremely careful with this paint bucket, because if I slip up and dye the entire thing brown, I'm gonna mess up all my progress. So I'm gonna be very careful. That thought just sprung into my mind and struck the fear of God in me. Now is the fun part. Color variation. What we're gonna do first, before anything, is go to selection from layer, create selection. That didn't work at all. Okay, that is a good selection. We're gonna go up, create a new layer, layer mask, mask selection, bang. Now we can color in this thing and not have it go anywhere. Get some nice soft color hue shifts and shit going. Get a nice red, and I always like to start off with the blush. Now, it's kind of hard to convey this because she is red. Sometimes it works out and it looks alright, yeah. A little something, a little something. Now, what I like to think about when I'm coloring sometimes is, you know how people, I'll see if I can try and find the diagram that I'm talking about. In humans, there is color variation in the face, right? Here you get red. Here you get a little bit of yellow. Down here it's like a bluish, purplish, depending on how dark you are. And then up here it's more yellow. That applies to people with this skin tone. She is very red. I don't know if the skin tones like necessarily apply in the same way. So I throw hints of what I think it could be with a really red person. And I think that just results in like a darker, more saturated blush. Instead of it being like blue down here and here, I think it would be a little bit more purple and so on and so forth. Plus, this is my character. I'm coming up with their biology. So it's my say. I am a sucker for getting just a little bit of purple under the eyes. Acts like a little bit like eyeshadow, you know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. That's good. Because I'm a sucker for eye bags. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about them, but I'm just a sucker for eye bags. It's my thing. Or not eye bags. It's like just dark circles around here. Oh, they're so nice. I don't know why. Don't mind me. Now for the lips, we're going to take a darker color. Ooh, yeah, I like that. Oh yeah, that's much better. Okay, cool. Oh, dude. I am like, I gotta take a break. I gotta stretch or something, dude. This shit is killing my back. I think that's good. Yeah, okay. I scared myself when I put down the colors. I was like, shit, that doesn't look good. I gotta trust the process sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Alright. Alright, I think that's gonna do it for the render. I think I'm gonna just do some, like, polishing things. And I'm gonna call it there. That's the difference, by the way. Alright, this is a cool little thing I like to do sometimes. It's duplicate the line art layer, go to the bottom one, go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, zoom in a little bit, and do like a modest, like, I think 8 is looking pretty good right now. And it gives this really nice softening effect to the entire piece. And I honestly think it just makes it look so much nicer without. And if you guys really want to throw a little bit of pizzazz on here, gradient maps. New correction layer, gradient map. Faff around with some of these guys in the sky section. You get some really cool, fun, just like things to mess around with. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Now, it looks a little harsh just like this, I know. But you have blending modes. Layer modes, whatever they're called. So mess around with it, see what you like. I usually like to go for soft light and then lower it to like around 60 or so. I think that's looking pretty good. Alrighty. Well, that is the final piece. The final product for the No Undo challenge. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with how it came out. I always loved drawing Azumah. She's probably one of my favorite original characters that I have. It was a struggle, but it wasn't nearly as hard as I thought it was. If anything, it was a fun exercise. If any of you guys at home have any access to digital drawing software with a tablet or stylus on your phone, whatever it may be, I highly encourage you guys to give this a try. It's super fun. It kind of forces you to just be a little bit more cautious and thoughtful with your lines. If you guys liked the video, please leave a like, and if you guys want to support me a little bit further, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I do have a Patreon. It's not very active right now. I'll still link it in the description down below if you guys want to join. There, I post some behind-the-scenes time lapses of certain pieces that I've done, some character collections from my TikTok, which... follow those, by the way. It's all the same name, AJ Draws. I guess I'll see you guys in the next one, whenever that video may be. Peace. Oh, dude, my back is...